We've had a GOAT that's been on a generational run this entire 2025. And that person is none other than Jonathan Anthony Lucius Cena, or John Cena as we got to know him. Because necessarily this man hasn't been wrestling and he's going through his retirement tour. And then we have him always coming in the Fast and Furious movies, always doing comedic movies. Like if you had to compare doing Johnson and Batista, John Cena is the middle ground of the best person, best versatile because wrestling and acting. But what I think his acting chops were put to the freaking test was none other than what this video is about. Peacemaker, because generally I have never seen something as goated, such acting on a high category tier like for Jonathan Anthony Cena. But that's what we're talking about, Peacemaker. So, hey yo, let's talk about this.
Peace, mother. Do I not look chill to you right now?
In case anyone's wondering, you need to, I wouldn't say, if you want to learn about how Peacemaker works or like operates, I would definitely recommend watching the Suicide Squad movie. Not the one with Batman, the other one. I know it's complicated, but then let me just say, watch the DCEU, Suicide Squad, because you get an introduction to Peacemaker. We can tell he has issues, but he's a very interesting and he becomes a prominent character going on and so forth. Considering he has, personally, I like his helmets look kind of goofy, but these motherfuckers are, I would love to say they are top tier echelons of power. Because tell me why you have a vaporation helmet, you have a helmet that makes you a battering and just boom, and then on top of it you have a helmet that makes you go invisible. I'm just saying, there's a type of class with this type of show. But necessarily, with me, I do enjoy Peacemaker. I mean, honestly, what brought me here was like kind of wrestling, because I have been watching John Cena's retirement tour, and so far we've had some ups and downs about this. But a John Cena separate video about his wrestling career and how it's been so far will be its own video. But necessarily, I've never seen such acting, such charisma, such ingenuity, and that's just I would glaze Dave Bautista. But Dave Bautista deserves like a 2 to 3 hour video on himself on why he is the best actor. But back to Cena. The way I can say the way he embodies the character of Peacemaker. I have not read the comics just to not get spoiled. Because the way Peacemaker is, he's a bit arrogant, he's a bit self-centered, and he has a lot of issues. And he has the whole, he's following a conduct, but he kind of doesn't follow it, if you get what I mean. But his development is, I could say, one of the craziest things, because if you look at it like from a standpoint of like this, we have characters like his dad and his coach, and then he has a pet called Iggy. So if we just go on to his dad is a macist, yes, that. So basically it's like, I thought you went to kill those. Like in episode 1, I was in episode 2, I can't remember specifically of season 1. His dad was like, I thought you went to kill those commie. Can't say it. YouTube, do not demonetize me, I'm just explaining it. But basically that, his dad is an asshole. And then on top of that, he hired a hit on like his own son. Like, I understand you're like, was it the White Shadow or something? I can't remember his supervillain name. Ah yes, his dad is also supervillain. And he's the one who kind of makes gadgets. I'm saying quote unquote. Because I would believe he's just like giving him like the spares or whatnot. But necessarily, Peacemaker he always wants to prove something to his dad. And one of the greatest parts about it is like his entire backstory of like Peacemaker is essentially he killed his brother by accident. Don't worry, the dad was an abusive drunk. So the whole backstory is the dad was an abusive drunk. He liked making kids. Like, see, now that just made me hate this man. I already hated him, but I just hated him more after learning that. Then Peacemaker, unfortunately, he KO'd him and his brother started foaming at the mouth. So Peacemaker always has trauma about his brother. You kind of see it in the Suicide Squad movie, but it gets more light towards this. And necessarily he is kind of a sad-ass character because he tries to learn the ropes, tries to be honestly, and then this man has the wildest rumors. Apparently Aquaman fishes. And I kind of want to interview Peacemaker myself just to find out. And then I'm not saying those rumors are true. I'm just wild crying. And now when it comes out of a man I can't see, there's some validity to this type of arguments. But there's also these sidecasts where we had, I think, Adioba, there's this Eagly, of course, and then we had someone like the Vigilante. It's a bit, I wish I was joking about that, because necessarily the man is a little bit unhinged, like, not mentally there. He calls himself Peacemaker's best friend. I mean, Peacemaker's talking to an eagle. And then you have Vigilante, who's he's not doing too much. He is just damn insane. I wish I was joking. Considering we have levels of insanity in this, Vigilante is top tier. Everyone else, you can rank them as you will. But he does bring in the vibes. Then we have like this other dude. He has a very nice mustache. There's always a running joke about him. Then a dude, I don't want to say, there's a spoiler in there, but he dies, but he's a part of the problem. So basically, what's the plot about Peacemaker Season 1? So essentially, there's big wasps that enter your head and take over your brain. They fell from planet, God knows wasp get in, and they're coming to Earth because they essentially, what they want to do, they want to populate and colonize Earth. And basically, they need a food source. It's a big-ass, ugly-ass cow, as they call it. Might call that big-ass, ugly-ass monstrosity, because goddamn, that shit gives me nightmares, even until freaking dates. But so far, there's so much. This season, I couldn't tell, because episode 1 to, I think there are 12 or 8 episodes, give or take. But James Gunn knows how to cook. Because James Gunn is someone I can put my trust and faith into, because like, we ain't even getting any actor until we finish the script. And that's why I'm like, because the finale, you had the DC, you had the, let me say, the DCU Justice League, but you know, since James Gunn took over, they redid it towards like season 2. But this is all about season 1. And season 2 vid of this will come out soon. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe, and do all that. But necessarily, I do like this show. I was getting why. I didn't watch it like last year or the year before that. But I understand why it was freaking hyped. Because see, Peacemaker Season 1 is just that good. And necessarily, again, this is something I would say watch for yourself, because there were so many hypes about it. There's even a cool dance in the thing. I don't know it. I personally did not decide to master the arts of the dancing for this video. Maybe next time. But necessarily, I want to know what your thoughts are, because I believe that we're going for it, and what James Gunn is doing with like having all those scripts, like having people like, if you told me in 2016 John Cena would play a character that's overly funny and serious, but also sort of douchebag, I really wouldn't believe you, because John Cena again was the face of the WWE. Him coming in to do something, I was like, what pack you smoking, and where can I get some? But that's the brilliance of Peacemaker Season 1. This is just like a small summary into it. I don't want to make anything, because I want you all to watch for yourselves. Come back and then we can have a discussion in this. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about Peacemaker, your favorite characters, and the wasps that fly into your heads and devour your brain slowly. Also, a side effect to these, you apparently, it's not squirt. You puke out, I don't know, some type of liquid. But let me know your thoughts about Peacemaker. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know your thoughts about Peacemaker, and if it's good, it's bad, and your thoughts about the DCU and James Gunn. But take care, peace out.